What we really want to find out, when you say, Haile Selassie is real, you know, exactly what you mean.
Like you.
Eh?
Like you.
Real.
Like you. If you real, like how me know say you exist now.
Yes.
You're talking up on the phone.
Yes.
That is real.
So, you know, could I give me a little more explanation? Because...
No, you don't know when somebody says something real.
Yes.
Real, it's like how you there on the phone now.
A living thing then.
Me know say you exist. You're real. You say to me, God is an experience.
Yes.
That means that God is only real to the man who experienced God. You can't tell me that God exists if I don't experience that.
So in what way you experience the emperor now?
No, I never tell you I experience the emperor. I experience the emperor because I know him real, like oh you there on the phone and all.
Yes.
It is not a matter of I experience in Haile Selassie. I'm telling you. You ask me about real. What I mean when I say Haile Selassie is real.
Yeah.
And I say Haile Selassie is real, just like oh you there on the phone now and I know say it's not a dopey attack to me.
But
it's a man.
But you know, there's a whole lot of illusion to, as far as I'm concerned, that is associated with the whole belief in
Haile Selassie.
Yes.
You know, you just attacked them a while ago. You know, you just attacked them a while ago. I was just tackling them a while ago.
Yeah.
You never hear me?
I hear you.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm wanting every virgin them hear you. But you know what I'm saying?
Let me hear me, man. And if you I think to them hear me, you hear me and them not hear me.
It's a long time you wage a campaign against this whole idea of the Christian belief.
And Rasta thinking too. Don't forget.
But
it's not only Christian belief tackle also some of the beliefs of the Rasta brethren.
Say for instance you succeed.
You have to give me that credit, man.
No, so say for instance you succeed in eliminating them.
Yeah?
Now what would you replace them with?
Replace what with?
The belief in Christianity and a belief in Haile Selassie.
Replace?
No, I mean you have to have something to believe in, you know.
Yeah, we not say no.
Yes.
But you believe in that thing until the point where you realize that belief and reality and substantiating reality is more evident than believing in something. That is what belief. Belief is to the point where you don't know. So when you know, belief take a back seat.
But sometimes the information that you confirm your belief with, you know, is questionable to you, know.
All right. I know say there's a man named Haile Selassie.
Yes. But
I know. Wait now. I know.
Yeah.
Say Haile Selassie was the emperor of Ethiopia.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. No. I believe that there was a man named Jesus.
Yes.
That is what the Christians believe.
Yeah.
No, I believe that Jesus born of a virgin. And I believe that? Yeah, wait now. I tell you what the Christian them say.
Okay.
The Christian them believe say this man born of a virgin. The Christian them believe say him walk on water. The Christian them believe 7 feet 5 tons people tree. If them don't know that. No. When you use intelligence, information, and come to conclusion, you realize that it must stay in a belief. You cannot impose that belief as knowledge on a set of people or a group of people. You must make that belief sustain you and yourself. Don't try to impose it on people. And anytime you start to impose belief from people, then you're going to have a problem.
Now what is wrong with belief?
I never said, oh my gosh, man. I never said nothing wrong with belief.
Yeah.
Every man believes in something. You know why you were saying that? You know why you mean another virgin attack?
Yes. But, you know, sometimes, you know...
I never said something is wrong with belief.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with belief when the truth and the reality is facing you and you still hold on to a belief that does not correspond with the truth and the reality. That is what is wrong with belief.
Well, the truth is, would you say the emperor was a Christian?
Of course.
Yes. So, you know...
So what happened to that?
Well, I don't understand, you know. Yeah, you revere this emperor.
And he was a Christian.
Yes.
So what is wrong with that?
Well, what I'm saying, you know, if you really respect
Jesus Christ was not Christian. Jesus Christ was not Christian.
Yeah, but he never tell anybody to worship him.
No, I never said tell nobody that. I have said Jesus Christ was not Christian.
Yes, I can understand that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the whole idea of Christianity is built up around the word that was uttered from his mouth.
But you don't know that.
Eh?
That is why you believe.
Well, yes,
because you don't know that Jesus said these things when in the Bible.
Have you ever studied words?
No. Study whose work?
The word in quotations that in the Bible.
No, man. The quotation in the Bible was put there by men who believe.
Well,
there's no book.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, there's no book in the Bible that Jesus wrote. Every man who write about Jesus.
These words that were written down there.
None of the man them who write about Jesus did ever know him, did ever see him yet, or never did even come across him.
The faith is a word, the word is still there, because
brethren,
the word
brethren,
live.
None of the men them who wrote about Jesus did ever see him, did know him.
A lot of brethren sing about Emperor Haile Selassie. I've never seen him.
But them know him exists, and you have books where him himself writes, not where people write about him.
But
no, listen. You have books by Haile Selassie. You have tape recorder in a Haile Selassie time. You have film in a Haile Selassie time.
Yeah.
That means a man can stand up in front of Haile Selassie when he make a speech and tape him and come back, come play it. And you know, say this is Haile Selassie words. The words in the Bible that is ascribed to Jesus.
Yeah.
No one knows that there was a man who named Jesus said.
So what has Emperor Haile Selassie done to deserve this sort of reverence?
He don't have to deserve nothing. It's I healing him up.
Oh.
You don't have to heal him, It's I heal him. I have said to you that I know Haile Selassie. I have heard, I have seen Haile Selassie with my own eyes. I have heard him speak. I know that there's a man named Haile Selassie. You don't know that there was a man named Jesus. You believe that. And the words in the Bible that is ascribed to Jesus Christ.
So
you don't know.
Are you saying that Haile Selassie himself was misled into believing into these words? Because he was inspired a great deal by the Bible.
But the Bible is inspiring. The Bible inspires a whole generation and generation. I don't have no problem with that.
Yes.
The Quran inspires a whole heap of people. The Bhagavad Gita inspires a whole heap of people. I
think your problem don't in the motor as far as Christianity is concerned.
I don't have no problem. What a problem is what my problem is?
Yeah.
My problem is when you have a belief and a faith.
Yeah.
And you try to put it on me and say this is how it goes historically. That is my problem.
No, you see, the European Ethiopia was the first Christian nation doing it.
So what that mean? What that mean?
Ethiopia.
So what that mean?
I'm saying that if there was no value to Christianity, there was no moral or spiritual value.
I never said there's no value to it.
Yeah.
There must be a value to it for 1 billion people accept it.
Yes.
I never said there's a value.
I mean, you actually find it reprehensible?
Yes, because it's enslaving black people for 500 years.
In what way? It's not.
In what way you don't see?
Because the religion that we have been feeding on, is really our history,
Which history?
Huh?
Which history?
The whole idea of this written word coming down from one generation, from one century, from one.
I know my history.
Huh?
I know my history that.
Oh, you mean?
No, man.
The Nile run from the highlands of Ethiopia down to the lowlands of Egypt,
So what that mean?
And I'm saying.
So what that mean? You know why your man make movie about place, Gotham City?
Huh?
You know why your man make movie about Batman? You think Batman never in a city? You don't say them call the name of streets in New York to show you that Batman exists.
Well, America
you know that Superman.
America will win mingling.
No, but the same thing with the Bible. You call in places that exist.
Yeah.
And because people them call the place that exists, you're saying the thing must did happen. That don't make no sense.
This is real thing.
Yeah, but Superman exists.
Huh?
Superman exists. They never say Superman and fly over the Statue of Liberty.
Now let's not confuse what.
No, it's not. No, it's the same thing. All you do, you think up a story and put it in a place that is real. You think up a story, you put the thing in a place that is real.
The Bible.
There's no Brother Nancy. But Brother Nancy is a Santi spider. There's no Brother Nancy.
Oh no, man, get real.
Of course, I'm getting real. I am getting real. Because you people want me to believe that a Jewish snake was talking to a woman. And you people want me to believe that a man hold up a rod.
A Jewish snake.
Then I'm not a Jewish snake, I couldn't handle that snake.
What?
Because a Jewish story.
Who is a Jew?
Who is a Jew?
Yeah.
You tell me why.
But there are a whole lot of Ethiopians who are Jew, you know.
No, them become Jew.
No.
Them become.
Yeah, people become Jew.
They don't become.
Yeah, but you make it seem like it's a racial thing.
No, I is an Ethiopian first. I can be an Ethiopian and not be a Jew.
And what the emperor himself was a Jew, you know.
Who said that?
No,
you ever hear the Haile Selassie mention himself as a Jew?
His Emperor Haile Selassie was the conquering line of the tribe of Judah. Does it have to be a Jew?
No, sir.
Eh?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir. No, sir.
So this whole idea of giving himself this title of the conquering line of the tribe of Judah.
I know I have to give himself that title, eh? The title is a tradition of Ethiopia. It's not Haile Selassie.
But you have to be
a
member of the tribe of Judah to become the conquering line of the tribe of Judah.
Yeah, I am saying to you. You say Haile Selassie give himself that title.
Yeah.
I am saying to you that Haile Selassie did not give himself that title.
But
that title is a tradition of Ethiopia.
In a book I was reading earlier with Leonard Mosley, Haile Selassie, the conquering line of Judah.
I read it too.
Huh?
I read it too.
Yes, but I'm saying that to be a member of the tribe of Judah.
You have to be from that lineage.
Yes.
Yeah, so what happened?
So I'm saying that then he must have been a Jew then.
No. Who is a Jew?
Because
who is a Jew?
A Jew is really a person who believes in the whole Testament, you know, the whole laws of Moses and build up a whole bunch of rituals and things around it, you know.
Look here. It's like how you have Falasha.
Yeah.
Falasha, you can't go to Ethiopia and call the people them Falasha, you know. Falasha is like you are called a man Kuli.
Yeah.
It is not accepted.
He's an Ethiopian Jew.
No, it's Beta Israelite. Them call themselves Beta Israel.
Oh.
Alright, so you don't say Falasha.
So, you know, that's why I'm saying this whole idea of Judaism is a European heritage, you know, because
Judaism.
Yeah.
I am saying to you, I is Rasta now.
Yeah.
And I tell you about Haile Selassie. I don't talk about where Haile Selassie is. I talk about where I am in relationship to Haile Selassie. Don't tell me about where Haile Selassie is. Tell me about my relationship with Haile Selassie.
As an individual,
yes.
What you benefit? What are the benefits for believing? For calling yourself a Rastafarian?
What is my benefit?
Yeah, what are the benefits?
You really want me to tell you that?
Yeah, man.
Why?
Because you say...
Because what difference making your life? What difference making your life when I tell you that?
Huh? I suppose I see this thing as, you know, real...
You try to make me out into a crusader? You try to make me out into a crusader? I am not a crusader.
No. You have to explain the belief. You
look
call
here.
yourself a Rastafarian.
I have to explain it? For why? You're going to put me, you're going to behead me?
No, man.
So why do you say I have to explain it? I don't have to explain nothing to you.
No, I mean, if you're going to...
Use a Christian, don't it?
It.
Use a Christian, don't it?
Huh?
Don't use a Christian?
No, I'm an Israelite, you know.
You're not a Christian.
But I have...
No, I ask you, you're a Christian?
I say I'm an Israelite.
Alright, so you're not a Christian then?
Nobody's born a Christian.
Oh gosh, man.
Nobody's born a Muslim.
Nobody's born nothing. You don't ever born being a heterosexual neither. So what happened?
So I'm saying that I'm an Israelite first, and if there's a religious label I have to associate myself with, I would gladly...
Alright, use an Israelite. Alright, use an Israelite.
Yes.
I am not an Israelite.
Well, you see, that's another party, not...
No, I'm trying to show you, I am not trying to convert you. I am not trying to convert you to Rasta. I am not trying to convert you to Rasta. So I don't have to explain to you why I am a Rasta, because you cannot kill me for being a Rasta.
I mean, you can't just sing a song, you know, recite a poem and think that people should,
accept
that.
No, I never tell you. No, wait there. None of my poems, them, is preaching not, you know. My poems is expressing what I feel about situations in the society. I'm not preaching to nobody and say, why you have to heal Jah, or it's lightning and thunder will kill you. I have never written a poem like that.
Yeah.
I have never written a poem saying, if a man no heal Jah, lightning will kill him. And if a man no praise Rastafari or dead. I have never written a poem like that. All of my poems is written on the basis that this is a condition that I am seeing and it's what I'm writing about. Yeah. I don't write to convert people.
No, there must be some reasonable explanation to life, don't you think so?
What is the reasonable explanation to life?
No, if I say, explain to me, what are the benefits for being a Rasta.
Yeah, but that is what on the people always coming to Rasta.
No, man.
I must explain to you why the
Christian thing.
What is the benefit?
What are the benefits?
What does it benefit you?
To be a Christian.
If it benefit me to be a Rasta.
Well, you see, the thing is...
I'm not trying to convert you.
No, I'm not going to convert you.
You think I come on the radio to convert people to Rasta? I don't come here to convert people to Rasta.
What I'm saying, you see, if you ask me as a Christian then, what are the religious beliefs? Not as a...
Yeah, what is the benefit of
What are the benefits?
You will say it.
Yes.
But I am saying I am in no obligation to defend why I'm a Rasta to you.
No, it wouldn't to me, you know, personally.
It's you are talking to. I'm not talking to. It's you are talking to.
You know,
if you ask me the question, I am not.
There's a lot of people who are out there thinking that this whole idea of being a Rastafarian leave one without some kind of hope.
Yeah, just like any other Christian.
Yeah.
How if people believe say Christianity lead them without hope? How if people believe the Muslim lead them without hope?
No, a Christian could never believe that Christianity is a hopeless thing, even in this life or the other. But I am saying that there must be some kind of hope.
You hear I said there's not a hope. You're not listening to the program, you know.
The salvation then.
You're not listening
you believe
to
that
salvation.
there's some form of salvation.
Salvation for what?
Huh?
Salvation for what?
Now let's get to the human.
Salvation for what?
I am saying.
What am I being salvation about?
The fact that we are not just mere flesh, you know.
No, tell me, what are you telling me? What is the meaning of salvation?
Some kind of hope beyond this.
But I am hopeful in many things. But what are you calling about salvation? What do you mean when you say salvation?
I am saying...
Some kind of hope beyond what? Why you keep for 1 about 2 years now you're coming to me with this thing? Why are you trying to convert me?
No, I'm not trying to convert you.
I'm not trying to convert you, know. You is an Israelite? Just keep on being an Israelite. I tell you guys a Rasta.
I am saying if
I don't have to explain. You don't have to explain to me why he's an Israelite, you know.
As an Israelite,
I never explained. I never asked you.
Yeah.
This is the first time you are telling me say you're Israelite.
Yeah.
I never asked you to explain what benefits it, you know. You don't have no obligation to me to explain why he's an Israelite.
But Mota, you have taken up on your head, you know.
To what?
To wage a relentless campaign.
Yeah, because I have seen what the Christian faith is doing to the minds of the people.
But what is your faith doing to your mind?
My mind?
Yeah.
You don't see. My faith is waking me up to the realization that this thing is not working for black people.
I hear you condemning Christianity, but you're not putting forward reasonable explanation.
Why are you condemning it? Why are you condemning it?
Yeah.
And not putting up forward no explanation. So all the time you listen to me, you don't hear no explanation. You don't hear me saying that these people has perpetuated a mythology and make it become a history.
Who are these people?
The people who give you the story. The story that snake attacked a woman in a garden, literally.
You know, it was only recently, you know. It was only recently the Europeans dismissed a great deal of superstition and ignorance. And I'm going to tell you this. When Christianity was introduced into Europe, they associated with a whole lot of their pagan ways and paganism and all superstitious ways. You know, they associated in order to find Christianity acceptable. The Europeans associate their own little idiosyncrasies to Christianity.
Yeah, like a man, like a woman not having sex and having a child.
Yeah, those are myths that are associated with a particular
group
of
people. What you must know, you must go and tell the Christians.
Yeah.
That these things are mythology.
No. Christianity itself is not a mythology.
No, listen to me.
It is based on facts.
What is the fact that a woman had never have? What is the fact that a man born?
The man who spoke or died.
Wait there.
2,000 years ago.
Him never come to sex?
It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter how it came. It doesn't matter to me.
But it's not matter to you.
I find much comfort.
But wait now, Bridget. It don't matter to you, you know. Yeah. But it matter to a million of people because if them did ever tell the people them say, Mary was a normal woman, I have sex.
Yeah.
The glorification of Jesus Christ would diminish. It would diminish. Because the basis of Christian belief is that this man came of a virgin, died on a cross and raised from the dead. That is the basis of Christian belief. And if you start to tell the people them that this man did come normal and dead and never raised from not dead, then your faith
is that and who based Christianity and that type of belief?
Every Christian
but
that I talk to.
Did Christ himself base
his
religion? Is
Christ?
Yeah.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Every Christian that I have spoken to in my life believe that Jesus Christ, born from a woman who never have sex, dead on a cross, and raised from the dead and gone to heaven. Every Christian that I talk to believes that.
You talk to church attendance.
No, I say.
No, you're talking to church.
So you don't know no Christian believe that?
Huh?
You don't know no Christian who believe that?
I know a lot of church attendants who believe
no, I say. You don't know no Christian. Listen to me now, man. I ask you. Religion. You don't know no Christian who believe that?
Huh?
You don't know no Christian who believe that?
I've never known a Christian that believe.
You don't know no Christian who believe that Jesus Christ, born of a virgin, dead on the cross, and raised from the dead.
I know Pentecostals, and I know Roman Catholics and Protestants. I know a whole lot of those type of people.
And them are not Christian.
Well, you know.
You're a pious brother, you.
Eh?
You're pious, man.
No.
You're self-righteous.
In what way?
Because here's you now.
Yeah.
I am telling you that I know a whole heap of Christian.
No, you know a lot of church attendants.
So them is not Christian then?
You go on in the title of Christian.
So people who believe this is not Christian?
People who believe, who are a Christian are those that believe in Christ himself.
Yeah, I am saying.
Yeah. That is
people,
church dogma.
You hear what I'm asking?
Yeah.
People who believe that Jesus Christ was born of a virgin, died on a cross, and raised from the dead physically. These people are not Christians.
No.
All right.
No.
All right.
Next subject. I would say the Emperor.
Next subject, man.
You know, say the Emperor is a Christian.
Next subject. Next subject.
Well,
can you ask me, you come double up a question where you answer way down the line already. You asked that already about the Emperor, and I'm telling you yes. Yeah. So you ask me it again.
No, I'm just saying that the
next
type
subject.
Of that I am is
next subject.
The Emperor was.
Next subject. Next subject. Because he's pious and he's self-righteous.
Why?
Because you is telling me that these people believe that it's not Christian.
But you're defending them now and earlier before.
I'm not defending them. I said that is what.
And telling them how.
I'm not defending them. Hey, the man I'm going like to the man now, no sense, so that's that.
Belief.
I am trying to show you what the Christians believe.
Revelation, they're still hanging on to it. And, you know, what I'm saying, your perception of the truth does not necessarily correspond with what is morally and spiritually truthful, you know.
But I wasn't trying to identify my moralistic ways with yours, and about people one.
Well, you know.
I know you cook food, I'm not trying to impose it on you.
Well, you know, I mean, regardless.
I don't have on no shoes. I'm not trying to tell you must wear shoes.
But, you know, I mean, every man have a right to live their own life.
Yeah, but that may I try to show you, brethren. So why you try to impose Jesus from me for? Why you try to impose Jesus from me for?
Subject of Christianity. And whenever you start waging a war against it.
You didn't hear Mr. Spang? You didn't hear Spang? You didn't hear the Bishop Spang?
That man himself is a European. I'm talking about Jews.
Yeah, I know that you asked if you didn't hear him.
As if the Jews is a race unto itself.
Come on.
Unto themselves.
You come like an artist, don't ask you.
Yeah, I heard him.
You heard him.
But that doesn't mean anything.
You don't call him. He is not a Christian to you. He is not a Christian.
In his own way, I suppose, he have, but he still at a,
I don't believe there was a virgin birth.
Mingling Christianity with errors and falsehood. Not necessarily make it right, you know.
Why not? You have a church?
Huh?
You have a church?
My church, you see, is the word of Christ.
Yes.
I got him building church, and you know.
Who building church, buddy?
Christ himself, on that little rock, that little word.
Yeah.
You know, the Messiah.
You own anything? You own anything? You own anything?
Huh?
You own anything?
Like what?
House, car, telephone, radio. You own anything?
There are certain little things that you could associate personal belongings.
Okay.
But I'm saying that...
Them say Jesus Christ never owned nothing. As a matter of fact, him say you mustn't even take certain things from people when you go preach the gospel. So
it's because you don't understand...
I don't understand it.
The idea of him coming 2,000 years ago.
Your interpretation.
Well, it was not to own anything.
You mean I don't understand your interpretation?
No, listen, go back into his word and read it before you condemn
What's a word?
Yeah?
Who for word?
The word, the Bible.
The word ascribed to him.
Man with good understanding. If the emperor...
Which part of the man work? Which part you work?
Wisdom, eh?
Where you work?
I don't really work, you know.
You don't work?
No.
So you worship?
You know, you have to worship.
Worship, work is worship to me.
No, I don't worship in that
You
sense.
don't, work is worship.
As a man...
So you don't earn money a week time, month time, yearly?
Of course, I have to find somewhere.
So where you do? So you don't work, so where you get money? You thief people, you rob people then?
No, I wouldn't go to that extreme.
So you don't work and you have money. So where you get money from? You have a big rich family where they don't left money with you?
I tell you, that blessing come in many ways.
Oh, it drop from the sky like manna.
I'm telling you, it's almost like that. but yes, I've been provided for. And I try not to
get real, man.
Problem to anybody.
Get real, man.
No, I've been provided for.
Get real.
Eh?
You have children?
10.
You have 10 children?
Yes.
How much woman?
Well, it was a result of 2. But,
2?
But as a result of trying to keep the peace.
So how much one have for you? How much the other one have for you? 6
and 4.
6 and 4. The whole of them alive?
Yeah, all of them.
So is them old enough that you do have to work for them?
All of them in school.
All of them in school? 10 of them? So you have enough school for your January to come?
I'm telling you.
So you're well rich. You're a rich man.
Rich in spirit.
No, me talk about school fee rich.
Wisdom.
No, wisdom can't pay your school fee.
I tell you that I'd use my wisdom.
To pay the school fee? To pay the school fee?
To get what is necessary.
So that means it's money to pay a school fee?
Yes.
So how you get that money? Through your wisdom? Tell me.
Well, it's a long story.
No, well, tell me short version. Tell me the edited version.
20 odd years ago, I said that if I am to serve God in the way that a man is supposed to serve, you can't serve him on money.
Yeah, but I not serve money. I said you have 10 picnics.
Yes.
And the 10 of them go to school.
Yes.
So I know say January come. It's not free business to go on to school now.
Yes.
You have to find book.
And it's really a big business.
Yeah. So me I say now, as a father of 10 children,
yes,
how do you acquire money to send your children to school? That's a simple question. Don't make it intellectual, Rasta. It's a simple, rotted question may I ask you.
Well,
how do you acquire money to send your 10 children to school?
Well, I can build a house, you know.
You build a house? So you're an architect?
Not necessarily. I just have a piece of land and I put up a few rooms and rent them.
So you get money from rental of house?
Yes.
Then that may ask the brethren, you go to so.
But you see, sometimes
you sound like a man with, it just a go around bush so. That's simple question I ask you. You love talk too much intellectual thing about Jesus until that's right.
No man, you have to secure your soul.
Secure my soul secure, man. There's nothing I can do outside of what is happening here. And nothing can happen to me outside of what is happening here.
But every man's life is limited.
Of course. And 150 years from now, none of us who is living now will be here.
Yeah, and the fact that we know this is a fact, that immortality is we're all existing under that death. It is for us living beings to try to understand not only life that we live, but the death that we have to face,
No, you can't.
That is where Christ himself come in.
No, man, watch out, man.
That is where
death comes when no man look, man. Death comes when no man look. So you want to know.
True, but you can't.
All you can do is prepare for who you're going to live in the life here.
True.
So when you dead?
Yes.
I don't know what you can do to prepare for that.
Well,
more than just try to eat good food.
2,000 years ago.
And don't get sick.
2,000 years ago, the Messiah himself make that way clear.
No, man, that's a belief, man. That's what I try to show you. Don't try to impose your belief on me. You hear a talking anything good I say to you, don't try to impose your belief on me.
But
I
if you don't want to impose my belief on you, then
I don't believe in your Jesus Christ.
But you should let it rest.
Eh?
You should let it rest.
No, because you know what? It's man like you make a keep talking about it.
No, man. I think you're still troubled by the fact that you will not overcome Christianity.
No, it's man like you.
Believe the fact that you cannot explain it rationally.
Explain what? There's no rationality to Christian belief. There's no rationality to Christian belief. It's a faith.
Well,
there's no rationality to Christian belief. Christian belief is based upon of faith and faith alone.
Well, for it to exist,
faith don't have to have no rationale.
Exist 2,000 years ago, then a lot of faith would have to be.
No.
Applied.
The reason why Christianity has existed so long is because of the Crusades and the cruelty to impose this religion and other. But it's not Roman. Wait there. Wait there. What's happening? You know that most countries that adhere to Christianity it was forced on them by people outside of their country?
No, if I go back into time,
yes,
when the disciples were going out,
where them go? Them was going out where? Them was in their own country.
Into the world.
You know which world? Be yourself, man. Which disciples go into which world?
Christianity did spread in.
Where the disciples go?
I mean, they started off from Jerusalem.
Yeah, and go where?
And they spread themselves. Some went to Ethiopia, some went to Egypt, some went to Spain.
Which disciple go to Ethiopia?
Huh?
Which disciple go to Ethiopia?
One of the disciples met
no, which disciple go to Ethiopia? I don't know that story.
Well,
I know them say Philip Baptist Ethiopia, and you know. And then go back to Ethiopia and spread the gospel.
Yes.
But which disciple you know go to Ethiopia?
Well, yeah, but you see, the thing is, the Ethiopians and the people who once inhabited Jerusalem at the time of Christ were very much related, you know.
Related in what way? In what way? In what way?
Racially and religious beliefs, because the Ethiopians were long anticipating the coming Messiah, you know, long before Christ
anticipating was coming. When the Ethiopians anticipate coming of Christ, it's Philip baptized in Ethiopia and you know, can him go there with it. Where you talk about
the coming of the Messiah had to be a vision before it become a reality.
That is where you imagine.
No.
There's no record of what you said.
Yes.
Philip baptized an Ethiopian eunuch, and the Ethiopian eunuch go back to Ethiopia with it.
It wouldn't mean anything to him if they weren't living into that sort
No, it's colonialism.
No,
it's colonialism.
The present farmer
Christianity colonized the whole Western world and part of the Eastern world.
The present farmer religion.
Christianity is perpetuated by violence. Historically, Christianity is a violent religion.
No,
Christianity is what the men them use to control Africa, India. I mean, have it all wrong. Show me says lie, me I tell. We should have done already, you know. Show me says lie, me I tell.
No, listen, man.
Tell me which country. Who is the biggest perpetrators of the Christian crusade?
The Crusaders.
The Crusaders.
The Roman Catholics.
How did the Crusaders go about?
Roman Catholics.
The Crusaders kill Muslims, kill Jews.
Roman Catholics.
The Spanish Inquisition kill off anybody.
Roman Catholics.
But it's Christianity. Wait. When did Europe become Europe? Europe is a new name, you know. It's Christendom, it used to name, you know. Europe used to name Christendom. It's just that they call it Europe. Because the whole of Europe was Christian.
So are you saying now Christ himself was a European then?
No, Christ. Jesus Christ is a Greek Roman mythology. I have to tell you that. There is no man on earth that they name Jesus Christ.
Alright. For argument.
No argument, no fake. No, we don't have fake and fake. We are tell you say Christianity got big through murder, robbery, through crusading, killing.
But Emperor Haile Selassie himself was the last of the Crusader king, you know.
Which part him go crusade?
In his own country.
Oh, you can't crusade? Hey, don't be stupid, man.
No, I'm telling you.
Don't be an asshole, man.
With the assistance.
Don't be an asshole on the radio, man, at 25 minutes of 4.
With the assistance of Rome, France.
Don't be an asshole.
With the assistance of Rome, France, and England, the emperor was assisted.
My brethren.
The emperor was assisted.
My brethren.
To prevent Ethiopia from becoming an Islamic kingdom.
My brethren, don't be an asshole. Listen to what I say.
Go back to the same book you just meant, Leonard Mosley's book. Going back,
listen to me.
Go back to that book.
I'm telling you that Christianity, the history of Christianity has shown me that most of the places in the world that has taken on to Christianity, it got there through killing, raping, pilferage, and everything that you call that Christians are against.
Disciples, the original
And here what we have to do now?
Yeah.
We have to leave. Because Ron Mushet stand up behind me at 25 minutes before.
Alright.
Alright, sir. And you say, if you never start talking about Jesus, you can call me again, you know. You so long I don't talk about this subject.
Well, you keep talking.
And now I can't talk when you call me
I
again.
think you're going to get converted eventually.
Oh.
Because no
you see,
man
that you try to, you try to convert me.
But no man shall enter Zion.
With Zion, me no want to go to Zion.
Eh? Well, you Jerusalem belong to us, you know. And you can only be a Christ to go back there.
Me no want to go to Zion.
You want to go to Jerusalem?
Me say, for what? Me go to Jerusalem already.
You see the people who are in Jerusalem now, they don't really belong there, you know.
Me never see the people them there.
They are just a part of that. They are just a part of that prophecy.
Me never see the people them at Jerusalem belong there. Me say, me go to Jerusalem already.
Yeah.
Jerusalem is a geographical place in Israel. I've been there already.
Yes.
I'm not talking about the people them who occupy it.
But Jerusalem belongs to Christ.
Which Christ?
To come in the sky.
Here what? Go tell the Palestinians that blumbat.
Every step of the way, you have to